It's been 15 years now since the worst terror attacks in our nation's history. We all remember where we were and what we were doing when the planes hit the towers, the Pentagon, and a Pennsylvania field on September 11th, 2001. For many young men and women, it was the reason they joined the military. They went to Afghanistan and Iraq to defend our freedom. Well, Veterans Administration Healthcare Community Outreach Specialist Kyle Toto was in high school on 9/11, and he chose to join the military. Connecting Point correspondent Carolee McGrath sat down with him to look back at all that's happened and whether he'd do it all again.
So I was 17 and I was in high school at Wachusett Regional High School, which is in central Massachusetts. And yeah, I won't forget it. I mean, I was in a art class and the teachers didn't really want to give us a whole bunch of information because it was happening so quickly. So we were kind of sheltered from it, I guess you would say. And they gave us an update. And then later in the afternoon, the principal came over to intercom and, told us that the nation was attacked and it wasn't an accident.
And even though you were 17, you knew that this was like a grave situation, a sad, tragic day.
Yeah, and I think, as a 17-year-old male, you start to think, well, geez, I'm going to be 18 soon, and, I could go to war. I mean, you always saw things from like movies or from the news, and you're like, this could be my time. So I think that's what stuck with me the most. And
that stuck with you for a few years. You went to college?
Correct, yeah.
And then you later joined the Army. Was this a major influence for you?
Yeah, I always wanted to do it, but I was the first person in my family to go to college, and my mother made me promise her that I would go to college first. So I did that, and then as soon as I got out, I went to the recruiting station, and it took me a little while to get through for some couple of reasons, and then I was able to join the Army.
How influential was that 9/11 for you?
Tremendously. I think it would be much more than half of the reason I joined, I'd say. I also had the fourth generation of my family to join the military, so there were a lot of other influences, and I wanted to get some benefits to go to grad school afterwards and things like that. But yeah, it was a huge influence in my life.
So when you went to Afghanistan, it was a little bit later, it was 2008. Did you still believe in the mission? Did people that you served with believe in the mission?
Yeah, I actually didn't get to Afghanistan until 2011. So it was a little surreal to be in Afghanistan, one, when Osama bin Laden was killed, and two, to be there for the 10-year anniversary of 9/11, because I don't think any of us ever thought we'd be in some country that we never heard of on September 10th, 2001, that we were still in Afghanistan 10 years later. Everyone was still big on the mission. We were surge troops, so it was really in the news. It was really on the forethought of everyone. And, where I was where it was in Kandahar, where Mullah Omar grew up, and he was the one that allowed Osama bin Laden into Afghanistan to have the training camps and all that sort of stuff. So we were happy to be there, and we built a girls' school right on Mullah Omar's property, just to know that would get back to him based off how they treated women and girls in their society under the Taliban rule.
So 15 years later, looking back and seeing the climate in this country, when you talk about Iraq and Afghanistan, would you do it again?
Without a doubt, absolutely. I don't want to make it too simple, but there's good and evil in the world. I feel as though we were the good, and there was a lot of evil. Obviously, we've seen ISIS attack in Europe and in America, and that's common over there. And even with an election, right around Veterans Day this year, there are people in this world who are fighting just for the right to vote. Women in Afghanistan couldn't even go outside without their burqas, without a male accompanying them. So I think it was very important for us, to bring freedom and democracy and the right to vote and women's rights to people that never had them. So, I would definitely do it again in a heartbeat.
Do you feel the same way about Iraq? Because the political climate, even Democrats and Republicans, definitely have said, oh, Iraq was a mistake, and 15 years later, maybe we shouldn't have done it. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, it's tough. I never went to Iraq, so I have heard some of those thoughts. But when you're a soldier, you go where they tell you to go, and there were a lot of the same sort of issues in Iraq. Saddam Hussein used chemical weapons on his own people, so I think there's a lot of reasons, like I said, with the good and evil, for us to be there.
Do you feel frustrated at all, or do other veterans feel frustrated when you look at the Middle East and you look at ISIS on the march, and then there's a major battle for Mosul right now? Does that frustrate you? at all?
It's very frustrating. It's frustrating for all of us, especially those who did fight in Fallujah and Ramadi and Mosul, specifically Marines. To see it have fallen so easily in the first place is very rough for them, because they made so many sacrifices and their comrades made so many sacrifices. And I have the same fears that the same thing will happen in Kandahar when we pull out of Afghanistan. It is frustrating. I know Vietnam veterans felt the same way too with the fall of Saigon. So it is tough.
How do you support veterans? How do Americans support veterans who might be 10 years out, but still they might have PTSD or other issues? How do we support them?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, for what I work for is the VA, and we have so many different things that we can do to support veterans, from education benefits, housing benefits, healthcare benefits. The list goes on and on. From the civilian sector, I mean, just a thank you is so important. I mean, even if someone didn't go to war, people. I missed the Celtics winning the championship. I missed the Bruins winning the championship. It seems small, but people missed birthdays. They missed graduations, very important things in their life to sacrifice for our country. So just a little something to say thank you. We appreciate what you've done. Because the thing that people kind of forget is that veterans, we're not robots. We were all civilians at one point too, and we made that our own decision on our own merits to join the military and make those sacrifices. So a thank you is great.
So as I know you're a young man, but we see, again, we were talking about ISIS a little bit earlier. Is there any hope, for combating people who have that intent to kill if you don't agree with them and their philosophy?
It's very difficult. I mean, they're blinded by religion. A lot of people, what I saw in Afghanistan, a high illiteracy rate. It's an educational issue too. We're fighting people that don't know anything but to kill Christians or kill Americans or kill Jews or whatever, and they're killing other Muslims. So it is very difficult. But I always have hope. And I saw a lot of hope. I saw a lot of good stories in Afghanistan. I think it's something that really wasn't broadcast very well throughout America. I mean, there are people out there that are no different than our revolutionary roots. They want the right to vote. They want equal rights for women, and all of that. So I think there is hope. And you can't beat darkness with darkness. The only thing that gets rid of darkness is light. And I think there is a lot of light. America's kind of the beacon for all of this, and it has been, for a long time.
Okay. And what's your message to your fellow vets out there?
Thank you, first and foremost. But in terms of getting the benefits that they earned, a lot of veterans have that warrior mindset of, I want to worry about someone else first. But we owe it to those who haven't come back. I certainly know people, that lost their lives overseas. We owe it to them to take care of ourselves. So it's very important for veterans. There's no dishonor in getting some help. It's something that they've earned. And the VA is as simple as just a flu shot once a year with your primary care physician. But we all get sick at some point. It's out there for us when we've earned it. So thank you, and go get that stuff that you've earned.
How about thank you? Thank you so much for your service and for coming in here and talking to us today. We really appreciate it.
Happy to be here.